Hello, and happy almost end of January. It's the 25th of January. So this is going to be one of my longer videos about the channel and the eBay page and how it's going. Um, well, last week I think I got a little too excited about the sales because they were going really well. They were really consistent, and this is just with the postcards, nothing else. And I was selling I think I averaged one every day of the week. So I was really happy with that. And then it seemed like as soon as the new week started, crash. Nothing until today. And that was the subject of my short video. I actually sold a vintage cookbook. So I'll get the one that I sold. And if you saw my short video, it is this one. And it is called The Year of Cookery. And it is a Reader's Digest edition. And I believe it is from the 1970s, if I'm not mistaken. There's a little bit of wear on it. I did make the buyer aware of that. That's sold. So, yes, 1973. But all in all, in fairly good condition for its age. So that leads me to, I'm not just doing postcards. I'm doing other things. Well, if you watch my last longer video, yeah, I was doing a lot of mid-century collectible items. I've got a whole bunch of, I've got stuff in totes back here that I've listed and now I've put away. So trying to get it organized and also protected because some of it's quite breakable. But I've been just doing research on other areas to look into to be a reseller. But I do love the postcard side of things. I absolutely love it. I've got now over 700 listings on eBay, and probably about 600 of those are postcards. But we're going to expand. And one of the areas is, of course, vintage books. And I never really thought of books because I go into charity shops and I see books that they can't give away. So I thought, well, what's the point of that? But then when I looked at what some people do, they look at specific, really niche ones, hardcover. One area is cookbooks, and I've got a couple of others, but there's other things as well that people look for. So I went on the thrift. Well, I went to my usual place in Kettering and got a few collectible things that I've already listed. I've got a couple of the Royal Downton collectible plates to put up today. And I went out today. I went up to my lodge into my training session, and I went up to my allotment. And I was in the freezing cold, and it's Sunday, and I thought, oh, just go have a quick run through the charity shops and see what you find. And I found some books. Now, not all of these I brought back today. I couldn't carry all this in one go, but I bought 4. But let's have a look at what I bought before. Um, I think this was earlier in the week. I found this one, and that is the Encyclopedia of Gardens, Plants, and Flowers. And this is in beautiful condition. And I believe this might be a little bit younger. Let's have a look here. It is a first edition. Yep, it's a first edition, 1998. So it's still vintage, but a little bit newer than the cookbook. So we'll move this down here. I Google Lensed this. I paid 75p for this at the charity shop. I Google Lensed it, and they tend to go for about 10. I think I've got it. This has been listed already. I'll have to look at it. I think I listed it for about 10. Okay, but that's in really good condition. I've got this one here. This is another cookbook. This is from Family Circle, and this is the Complete Vegetarian Cookbook. This is another vintage one. By vintage, it's 20 years or more. So I saw another one in the charity shop today that was the Harry Bikers, and it was 2011. And they only wanted 75p for it, but I didn't get it because A, it's not vintage. And then I looked it up on eBay, and there were loads of them for sale for about £4. And yeah, I mean, you pay 75 for it, and if you can get 4 for it, you're making money. But I left it. I decided to look for other ones. I think this is kind of the same era as the. I know it's got a copyright date in it because I saw it in here before. I think it's 2001 or something like that. So again, just over the line, vintage, but very good condition. Yeah, and I Google Lensed it, and I believe I think I've listed this for about 7. All right. This one I found as well, and this one has got some age to it, and this is Mary Norwalk's Complete Guide to Freezer Cooking, Freezer Recipes. And yeah, this one is a little bit old. You can see a little bit of the browning on the pages. And I think this is another one that is, where are you, copyright date? I think it is like the 70s. Let's have a look. Where do you find it if it's not in the front? Sometimes it's on the back sleeve. I believe it is 1970s. I know I have found it before. Here we go, 1976. Okay, so that's been listed. I think, again, I listed it for about £7 or £8. Not a huge amount of money, but I paid £1 for it. Right, okay, so, oh, and this has been listed as well. And I wasn't sure about this one, but again, it was 75p, and this is a Swedish travel guide, but it's in English. But it is from the year 2000, so it is 25 years old, and it is, you know, sort of pre-Euro, well, Sweden's not on the Euro, but pre all of that, so it's in incredibly good condition. I think I listed that for about $5. So yeah, I've heard vintage travel books too. There's a market for those. I wouldn't pay too much for them if you see them, unless it's a real rare one. Okay, that brings me to today's haul. So we've got some gardening books, and we've got a travel book, and we've got a food book. Okay, so the first one I'm going to look at is, I just literally looked this one up, and this is the Sunday Times Book of the Countryside. Now, this is from 1980, so it's 46 years old. And it's in pretty good condition. In fact, it's in quite good condition. It's still got the sleeve to it. The sleeve has not been clipped. That's something I've been told to look for. If the inner jacket, if the fold here, I've got one that is clipped. I'll show it in a second. If that's been clipped, then it decreases the value a little bit. So I think this one, I think this one has been, the Google Lens just gives you a price range. So I think between like 10 and 20 pounds. I paid, I think, $2.50 for that one. So I thought I think it's just a nice book. So that's not been listed yet. I also found this big boy here, The Oxford Companion to Food by Alan Davidson. I've been struggling to kind of get a price range on this one because, again, it's got several editions on it. And this is one of the earlier ones. I believe this is, where is it? Where are you? First published 1999. But I'm not sure if this is a first edition. Oh, I think it is, actually. There's no dates after it, so it could be a first edition. I've been told that's what you look for when you look at the copyright and you look at the first one, and then it'll have additional copyright dates on it, and this one doesn't have it. So we're looking at about 1999. So again, it's 26, 27 years old. There might have been one in the back as well. Okay, though, this says 1993. Oh, that's the photographs. Okay. They used older photographs, so yeah. Okay, so 1999. I'm going to run another Google search on it and see, but I think they said that these range from 10 to 20. I mean, they're not rare like Charlotte Bronte and Emily Bronte first editions, which will bring you thousands, but you'll make a profit. I think I paid, yeah, $2.50 on this one. I got to take the tags off. Okay, this one again, I've got to do another search on this one, but this is an old one. This is the Shell Guide to England. Now, there is a little bit of damage on the bind, but this, again, is quite old. Again, they said that there is a bit of a market for old vintage travel books. This one's got some lovely pictures in it, lots of information about what life was like in England back in the day. There's maps in it. And I believe the copyright on this one, I guess this is 1970. So I've run this through, but I think I got later editions on it. So the later editions were getting about £6-7. I'm going to see what the older ones were in good condition. I paid £1 for it. So even if I only got £6 for it. And finally, I got this one. I was tempted to keep this one. This is Italian Gardens. by Georgina Mason, and this is a first edition, and it is 1961. Now, first editions in good condition, they've said can get up to 70 pounds, but unfortunately, I got the clip jacket. But they said even with the clip jacket, or the clipped, outer jacket, they can still get up to 50. So I'm not going to list it for 50. There's a little bit of tearing on this here, but the book itself is in really good condition, and it says it's known for most of the photos in it are black and white. And there is this beautiful, though, and this is intact, so this is something that will help the value of it. There is this little insert, which is basically the cover. So that is still in really good condition, so that's there. So anyway, I'm not sure what I'll list it for. I might try 30 and just see if there's any takers on it, but a lovely book, really beautiful book. Where some of the, I think black and white photography is beautiful in its own way. Here we go, like that. Okay, so like we said, slow week, but this one sale probably what, $13.91? No, I would have made more on my postcard selling from last week, but still a good sale. So I will get that in the post probably Tuesday, and I'm going to get listing these. So thanks to everybody that does watch these videos, and I would love to get it monetized one day. I'm a long way off that. Thanks for, if you say anything positive, and have an amazing rest of the weekend, and I will be back on soon. Ciao.